One of the things I love about Cortland is that everyone's very student-centered, student-focused. And when we all come from that perspective, it's a lot easier to have conversations, even if those are challenging conversations. And again, as part of the orientation staff, I've had a chance to, one of the first things I did is, how do I meet people across campus? And really across campus. Like, I want to know someone in every department, because that way, when I have this question about this thing, I can pick up the phone and call somebody, and I know that person. Like, and then I can reassure a student, like, this department is great. I know so-and-so. And that sense, that comes through. That authentic connection comes through for students, and then they also feel that sense of value. So whoever I'm reaching out to, I think it's about, again, us recognizing that we're coming from the same place to try to do the best we can for the students that we're serving. And I'm really blessed at Cortland that I could pick up the phone and call the president if I needed to. And while he might not be able to answer me right away, like, Eric would know who I was and he would reply back to me. So it's just a really great environment. And again, it comes down, I feel like people here value relationships and value that student success, and how do we all work together and again, we might have different perspectives on what we think is the best, but we're all willing to have those conversations, and that's how we can move forward and do the great things we want our students to be able to do. So luckily I can walk to an office. Like the other day, I just walked up to the Vice President for Information Resources office because we happen to be in the same building, and got to chat with them to help problem solve. So it's just nice to be able to have that opportunity and feel valued that way. And again, as a professional, for those who are starting, that's something not to be covert about it, but like, that's something to try to strive for right from the beginning. Come up with your people. Like, these are the people I know that I want to make sure I know who they are and they know who I am. And whether it's we're in meetings together, or there are people I just make sure once a month I try to have lunch with, to connect with, or if I'm passing on the sidewalk, I'm going to take an extra 5 minutes if I can, stop and ask, like, hey, how's the day going? How are your kids? How did you get that, grant you were looking for? Whatever the case may be that I happen to know about that individual, let's make that connection, because hopefully we all care. And I want to just make sure people know I care.
So let's get back to that one question then. If you could offer one piece of advice.
Yeah, it would be to build those relationships. That it takes time. It does take time to transition to a new place, to start somewhere new, to start a new job. And in this world and in this time, so often we want things to be instant. We're taught, like, we can pick up our phone and see a YouTube video about, like, for instance, I used it to fix my dryer the other day. Like, I never would have been able to do that 10 years ago even. And so it's about recognizing relationships take some time, and to be thoughtful about what things can you do throughout your day to help build those relationships. So that way, when it comes time to talk about what would be the best thing for new students, you're able to have those relationships to have those discussions, and people know you, and they're going to seek out what you as part of that decision-making, information gathering process. And that makes the institution itself stronger.